Interviewing your next boss. Are you kidding me? That sounds terrifying. Hey there, I'm Julie Ulstrup, Leadership Accelerator for Women. Thanks so much for joining us today. One of the really important things about self-leadership is deciding if you're working for the right people. And so today I'm sharing my STAR method for interviewing how to interview your next boss. What are the best ways? There's a 4-step process that you can use that's really easy. I've used as my 20 years as a school counselor, got my master's degree, learned all of these ways of questioning, and I've been using these questions in different ways. So I'm sharing them with you today in Leadership Accelerator for Women. There are a couple of others in this series, so I'd love for you to take a look. So these 4 steps are indicated by the initials, or it's an acronym, is STAR. And the first thing, well, I'm going to back up just a minute. When you're interviewing for a job, or when you're interviewing either for a job or if you're on a hiring committee, of course, I've had the benefit of both of those things in my career as an entrepreneur, as well as in education for a long time and in corporate way back in the day. But one of the things that's really important, not only to know the mission, vision, and values of the company that you are applying for, but to know your own mission, vision, and values. And I remember one time I was in a meeting back in my Toastmaster days, and there was a woman like, well, what's my brand? Well, it's your values. It's what people say about you. So you want to be really crystal clear on your values, your vision, and your mission. And I can help you with that. I've got a quiz. There's a link in the chat in the video description below. So, pop that in. You can take that quiz and set up a time to have a chat with me if you'd like to learn more about the finding your values. So you want to know your values, and you want to know either the company that you're working for, if you're, on a hiring committee, or you want to know the place where you're interviewing. And so what kind of questions do you want to ask? So, you can ask the questions of like, what are your values? Actually, you should go into an interview really knowing that, but you can start a conversation, something like this. So, I'm looking for a job that really aligns with my values. And I noticed in the company profile that one of your values is self-leadership, and that's important. That's one of my core values in my company, of course. So you can say, I noticed that one of your values is self-leadership. Can you share a situation with me where you encourage self-leadership among the people that work for you, right? And then you can dive into those questions or into that question to their answers a little more deeply. Really, so, can you share a little bit more about that? What was get some of the details of the situation before you get to the next part of the question. And the next part of the question is, so tell me what you did, the task. So it's situation, task. So what was your role in that? How did you help that person with her self-leadership? What was what did you put in place? How did you implement that? All of those different kinds of questions. So again, digging a little bit deeper and getting some really good information, because you want to know, you're going to get a good idea of what that looked like or how that felt. And you'll know that in an interview. The next thing that you're going to want to know is action. What is the action? So how did that go? What were the results? Were the people on your team more empowered because of that? Were they, did you offer a course? What were the actions that they took? And then finally, the results. What did it look like after it was over? How did you grow the self-leadership on your team? How did you, what did that look like? So using that method of situation, task, action, and results is so powerful. Like I said, in my years as a school counselor, I used it all the time, hiring committees for principals, assistant principals, people I would work with, and I'm going to share with you, like I said, this is a series where I've got some other videos on our channel that share different ways that you can use the STAR method to really get all of the information you want so you can have an informed decision. And again, please feel free to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for joining us. So glad that you are part of the Leadership Accelerator for Women community. I'm Julie Ulstrup, and I am so happy you've joined us today.